Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What may be the last major piece of legislation President Biden will sign into law. He's putting his name on a bill that means 3 million more Americans will now receive full Social Security benefits. ABC's Mary Alice Parks is in Washington with those details. Mary Alice, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Janae. President Biden will sign the Social Security Fairness Act into law this afternoon. And yes, likely one of the last major pieces of legislation he signs. It's all about getting more money into the pockets of retirees. This law expands Social Security benefits to about 3 million retired teachers, firefighters, police officers, and other public servants by repealing old policies that limited Social Security payments for some retirees who also collect public pensions, as well as their widowed spouses. Now, while some Republicans were worried about the price tag, it will add about $200 billion to the deficit. This bill did pass with large bipartisan support. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said it was Congress finally correcting a 50-year mistake. And this law is retroactive to cover all of last year for eligible recipients. People are encouraged to make sure their mailing address and other information is still correct at the Social Security Administration's website. Gio?
Yeah, make sure that information is right. All right, Mary Alice, thank you.
Hey, what's going on, family? This time for No Picks Podcast. So I wanted to react to this bit of news specifically, right? For you guys who don't know, I am my full-time job, I work for the Social Security Administration, right? So the importance of this legislation that was just passed by Joe Biden, there's a lot of people who hate his guts, right? But this is a big deal for Americans, right? So the reason it's a big deal for Americans, people who don't know, is that, because I deal with this every day at work. So basically, if you have a government job, right? You're a cop, you're a firefighter, teacher, you work for the Department of Defense. There's a lot of different, professions, and, there's a lot of different jobs you can have and, get a government pension, right? City jobs, all that stuff, right? So basically what happens is if when you, say you're working as a cop, right? And you're working and you're paying taxes, but your main income when you retire is going to be your pension, right? So say for a cop, it's going to be your pension, your city pension as a cop, right? Because you get that, your Social Security benefit is drastically decreased by 2/3, right? So before this was passed, it's by 2/3. So if you get, I don't know, say your pension is, I don't know, $4,000, right? And before, when you apply for your retirement benefits after you retire, we take your application and we look at it and we say, hey, you would have gotten, let's say, I don't know, $3,000 a month as a social security benefit. But because you're getting this city pension, we're going to drastically reduce your benefit. So instead of $3,000 a month, you're going to get $800. And you look at that and you're like, that's not fair. That's messed up. That's effed up. And it is, right? So like, I've had this conversation years, at least 10 years, with different city workers because they were pissed off because they were like, hey, that's not fair. Why am I should be able to get this pension and Social Security. And I'm like, listen, I agree. I understand. I just work here. I don't make the rules. Right. And it sucks. It sucks. It would not. Now they fixed the problem, but it did suck. It sucked because those people will be getting like an $800 check when they should be getting like a $3,000 check. They paid their whole life in the Social Security, but because they're getting a pension from the city, that those benefits were drastically reduced, and it was ugly. It was ugly all around. So now the people who benefited a lot under the old system, primarily were people who worked, private sector. So say you worked, I don't know, for a pharmaceutical company or something like that. And, you're a lot, let's just say that you were getting a $10,000, like, I don't know, like a $4,000 a month pension with the pharmaceutical company. And, you were supposed to be getting a $3,500 a month Social Security check. You would get both of those because the Social Security Administration, we didn't care that you were getting money from a private pension from a private organization. It only affected you if you were getting money from the city, whatever municipality or county that you were, living in or working in or whatever. So it sucked. It sucked. And I think this, even though it adds, they say $200 billion to the budget, it doesn't, bro, they give billions of dollars to Ukraine. They give billions of dollars to Israel. Like, listen, give the American people a win. Give billions of dollars to us. And it's fair. It's reasonable. and I think it's going to change a lot of people's lives. I think they said like 3 million people or something like that were supposed to be like positively affected. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. And it should have been happened. Listen, I can't tell you how many times I've been called a bitch, an asshole, all types of stuff, because I'm just sitting there like, listen, there's nothing I can do. It doesn't matter how many times you appeal. The rules are the rules. It doesn't matter what the situation is. And this is a win for the American people. It took, I guess, what they said, this has been a case for 50 years. I guess, Biden doing this on his way out. This is a win for Biden. You know what I mean? This is a win. This says that, you know what I mean? Like, at least you care about more people than just your son. You know what I mean? Like, this is a move that, people like us, I mean, listen, maybe my generation, I'm 36, so I'm a millennial. Maybe we won't have Social Security when we get older, but for the older people who are winning, I mean, who are already getting it or close to getting it, this is a win for them. They're going to be crushing it, especially if you're working in with the government, a cop, firefighter, something like that. This is a win for y'all. Y'all crushing it. And that was I wanted to react to this specifically because I have like a personal connection to this, because now some conversations won't be as contentious because because this was passed. I've been called a pussy, an asshole, all types of stuff, particularly by cops. Hate this. And this is a good idea. Anyway, let me know what y'all think, family. Like, comment, subscribe. Ty from No Picks Podcast. Until next time.